Another day, another ride. Hello dear viewer. The night after arriving at the campsite I slept poorly. The wind had shifted and picked up considerably, causing a tent peg to come loose and the awning to flap, so you get out of your sleeping bag to resecure everything. In the distance you can still see a firelight and hear the sirens of the fire trucks. After that my sleep was much less deep. I woke up tired with a growing headache. With painkillers it subsided after a while, but I still added an extra night to my stay at Mürefte camping. Like several campsites I visited in recent weeks, this one isn't suitable for the luxury camper who demands perfect service. While the sanitary facilities were clean, I've already mentioned their best feature: rickety, squeaky and creaking. As a Dutch person, I also have to get used to the fact that you're supposed to put used toilet paper in a bucket and not flush it down the toilet. That bucket doesn't contribute to a pleasant smell. Nevertheless, I had a wonderful time at the campsite. A beautiful spot in the shade of pine trees, a sea view, a village with shops and restaurants within walking distance, peace and quiet, and incredibly friendly people. I'd asked the owner if he could recommend a restaurant for my first evening, but while I was waiting to go, a plate of food that his wife had prepared was brought to me, and it tasted outstanding, delicious with fresh herbs and spices. The second evening was the same, local food, you couldn't make me happier, and they absolutely didn't want me to pay for it. As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm staying in the European part of Turkey. That means I won't be staying in this country very long. Today I've planned a route to a campsite near Kıyıköy. That's on the other side of the European part. The distance is about 170 kilometers. coastal road at the beginning of the route was beautiful to ride. The view was particularly stunning as it climbed. I was glad to have the car that was in front of me for a large part of the way, because although the road looked good at first glance, there were some significant dips here and there, and the car knew exactly where to slow down. After turning onto the highway, I heard on Google Maps that there was a police reported a little further on. And that was true. Several trucks were directed to a parking lot next to the road for inspection, and an officer signaled me to go there too. You wait in line for a while until it's your turn, already thinking what you're going to say to indicate that your papers are in your backpack. But when it was my turn, an officer looked at my license plate and immediately said, "Oh no, go." I didn't ask why, but quickly rode on. And then suddenly you see big grey clouds. It's been a while since I've seen those. The campsite I rode to isn't called lavender camping for nothing. There's a field of lavender, and unfortunately I can't capture the scent in the video.